Practice. I'm going to an open mic tonight and I just printed some paper. Look, is anyone else like me? Like, I have to put my intro, like, even like, hi, I'm Lillian. Just, like, I need a script. I'm nervous if you can't tell. This is my very first time performing at an open mic. I know this is gonna be a very safe environment because I've been to the event before, like, but I'm always at the back, you know, cheering for my friends. I've never been the one in front of the audience, so I don't know. I think something about, you know, being in New York, and I'm trying to push myself out there as a writer, as a creative, and so why not, right? I don't want to have any regrets about not doing more exciting stuff while I'm in New York. So yeah, let's practice. I really like this short story I wrote. It's about 4 pages long, but it's like less than 5,000 words. I wrote it for an anthology, which did not get accepted, but that's okay because now I get to live again in this way. Alright, moment of truth. I hopefully will not be late for sign up. Oh, woo! I'm wearing something simple, something I could still feel comfortable in. It's just a simple black top and jeans. So yeah, I have my paper ready. Gotta go to my first open mic, to the first step in getting out of my comfort zone as a writer. Here's to trying new things, and even though it's really uncomfortable and all I want to do is just stay at home and finish my puzzle tonight, I just have this feeling like I need to do this, and I want to do this, and it's gonna be something that, like a core memory, right? Wish me luck.
You were just in the background.
Raindrops carrying to the sea.
Spent years trying to convince my mother, begging her to let me go.
Monster or a vampire is where I'm on. Oh my god, that was okay. So this is from my debut YA fantasy novel. It's coming out in fall 2025. Who are you? And I half turned to see a small girl staring at me. She was dressed in a white gown, her black hair stringy and unwashed, eyes wide against her unusually pale face. And she stared at me, expression blank. Who are you? She whispered again.
Something ghostly was haunting me. The dream would creep year in, year out, its bloodshot eyes crawling deep etched in my mind, just following me.
Him or me? Me, or I could see him winking at me. Or if I portrayed the sun, a ray of light dancing on
My first time. So I usually write happy stories, but I wanted to try something new. And this is a prompt about unconventional ghost stories. So I hope this the Phoenix Bride. They dress the corpse in his finest wear, a rich changsha with complicated frog knots fastened over his pallid skin, a golden embroidery of a dragon trails around his swollen neck. He looks handsome, my husband-to-be. We sit at the side of the graveyard that will be our new home. Wilted flowers, forgotten plates of rotten mandarins, and ants floating in teacups surround the jagged headstones. They told me he died in a mining accident, a cave that swallowed him for days before he was found with soot in his throat. It must have been peaceful in the dark. if only he stayed in the dark. Beside his coffin, his father folds paper money into the shape of ingots before throwing a giant paper mansion and 2 paper doll servants into the flames for our marriage in the afterlife. I wonder, in death, is there a spot waiting for us in hell? Will I wake up in a mansion of paper-thin servants, paper money, and a husband I do not know to spend eternity with? His mother brushes my hair, sticking bejeweled pins so close to my scalp, whispering instructions to me. He likes his shirt ironed and folded into a square, she tells me. Her fingers stick into my tongue and she scrapes my yellow teeth with a toothbrush and smears tint on my cracked lips. Be a good little ghost bride, she says. I try to recall my mother's warmth. Were her fingers this rough or were they as soft and gentle as feathers? Did my mother cry when she found out I was gone, stolen? I wish she was invited to my wedding. I wish she knew where to place offerings of my favorite custard buns for me. Gates screech in the distance, and I turn to find a woman in red, weaving through the tombstones. Her feet glide over the sea of broken branches and half-burned paper offerings. She whips her faceless head at me, and I can't look away. Her crimson veil flows in the breeze like tears of hot blood pouring from her eyes. The family ushers me into my new coffin. They tell me how this marriage will save their son's soul in the afterlife, how it was always his dream to wed before he died. They don't bother asking about my dreams. I don't complain as they dress me in a matching crimson cheongsam with a golden phoenix across my chest. I don't scream as they fold my body into the coffin and I lay next to the corpse. His sickly yellow arms embrace me, clad in matching red. We wear the symbols of marriage, dragon and phoenix, husband and wife. A priest stands before us, hands spread out, and blesses our marriage. He wishes us eternal bliss together, and I want to laugh. I want to scream and die a worse death, just to escape this corpse's arms. I feel a line of maggots snake around my collarbone like a necklace before boring into my skin. Cold hands snake around my waist, finding its path to the knot to my cheongsam. The ghost of my husband lifts his head and smiles. He licks his rotten lips eagerly, pulling me closer, and I try to tear away. I try to scream, and I want to go home. Instead, I turn to study the other body in the coffin. They had pulled my stiff lips into a smile, painted red with gloss, and jammed a silver ring on a rotten finger. A beautiful ghost bride. The family mutters praises, complaining about the state they first found me in. Rots under my nails, worms in my hair, sorrel on my tongue. She was worth the price, they say now, staring at us newlyweds. Dragon and phoenix, husband and wife, corpse and corpse. The priest nods, satisfied, before moving to the next grave. I find a faceless woman staring at her own corpse in a coffin that does not belong to us, surrounded by strangers who dug us from our sleep and bought our bodies of coin. Another ghost bride, another girl stolen from her grave. I want to ask her if she's angry. I want to ask her if her mother knows where she is. They shut the coffin slowly, and I feel my soul slip back into the lifeless, smiling corpse. My husband dragged my soul back into our new home. I take one last look at the night sky. Are there stars in hell? As they lower me into my new prison, I replace the priest's blessing with my own vow. I will be by your side, to haunt and to hold. May your soul never find rest. May I be the cause of your suffering for all our days. Dirt splatters across the coffin like rain. A chill clings my body, but I hold on just a little longer to finish my oath. Because you have robbed me of my peace, I pledge to be a thorn on your side and the shadow that follows your family of thieves. With this vow, our fates will forever be sealed in misery and darkness until vengeance do require. At last, they throw us both into the grave we share for eternity, and I dream of setting our paper mansion ablaze.
Thanks for another great night. Please stay and buy books and stuff.
So amazing. She's so good. You should have seen it. It was mind-boggling and horrifying.